Oh, right. I know we said we were going to do these big info dumps once a month, but...
Guys, what's going on?
Ah, Elliot, calm down.
Elliot.
Calm down, Elliot.
No!
We got things to talk about. We gotta go one step at a time.
We're still in a public space, Elliot. You
That
need
too.
to be somewhat quiet.
You're not Dan. Which is a person we have not seen in a while.
It's gonna explode.
So, I guess there's really no way to start this other than we're skipping right to buddy fight.
Like I said, what's going on?
Yeah, they recently gave us a trailer for a buddy fight, and it explains everything and nothing at the same time.
Not a single thing.
Because what it showed us was things like, if you can see it, the field, what it looks like, the setup, showed us some more cards, showed us an announcer lady, and it, you know, even showed us that there will be what appears to be a life counter, if you can see that in there, because it goes from this to this when he got hit. We and also I would called it the Kamui character is the main character, and Blue Hair is rival. Oh, and another thing we found out, the equip cards we thought they were, they're your equip cards.
Yeah. You can have items and beat your opponent's face by yourself.
That's
if
true.
you're feeling ballsy.
Which is
Of course,
very...
it leaves you open because there's no monster between you and your opponent when you do that.
Yeah. Like, Jesus. It's like we had like nothing to go on. And now we have everything to go on. Out of the blue.
Wild speculation.
Speculation.
So far, what we've come, based on what we've seen, we've come to the conclusion that it's kind of this. I like the way you put it last night. You said it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Light. But we've also kind of
looks
found
like
it
it.
has a bit of Vanguard and a bit of Magic in it. So
Because they saw them play counter cards.
And a bit of watch cards. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's all of the games.game.
Yep. And with that being said,
elementary schoolers.
we have a bit more light shed on what this stuff means now too. Obviously the hotter color attack is, well, exactly that. And then the blue one's shield. Yeah, we gathered that already. But now we know what the number in the middle is. Or at least we're pretty sure we know what it is. It's the damage that they can deal.
Which actually varies from monster to monster, unlike in Vanguard, where it's always one.
Yeah.
Why would you do that, guys?
Well, to be fair, it's like, 6 damage. That escalates really quickly.
and here it seems like it's 10.
Yeah, so there's a bit more leeway, and there's cards to actually stop the damage from getting through more by playing a card rather than dropping your hand. It's
I don't know what to make of it, really.
there's actually it's hard to tell how things are played. If you go based on the trailer, it looks like you just slap the cards down. But apparently some of the text on certain cards, like Jump Bunker, say that he has a cost of some sort.
And we think that might be the number in the top right corner. I remember at the beginning he says charge and
Yeah,
draw.
charge and draw is what it was said. So allegedly, before you draw, you charge things. Either that means it probably means both stand your guys and put a card under your flag. Because when the wrestler guy, I don't know who he is,
He's the wrestler guy.
was doing stuff on the field, he took the top card of his deck, put it on his field, so we didn't see the
Somewhere,
field.
we don't know.
And then he drew a card, so it's clear that there's something going on there. It makes me think to believe that you need a certain amount of cards, maybe under your flag, including your flag, to play things, which would be why he was able to first turn his Drum Bunker, because it has a monster thing of 2. It includes the flag plus the card underneath it. That's 2 cards.
Well, I'm not sure,
I thought it was 3.
the other guy
Nope, he's
was
2.
dropping level 4s
Sure, 2.
right out of the gates.
Well, he was 3s. I'm looking right at his card. It's 3.
Huh.
It's a 3. Yeah, Gatling monsters right in front of my face, Elliot.
Okay.
He has 4 damage.
Painful.
Yes, it is painful. But he also has a thing. I'm not quite sure what it says because it's tiny.
I can't really make out much of them either. There are some other keywords on them, such as gauge, which might be the stuff you've built up,
Yeah, probably.
and soul, which is not going to be quite the same as we know it, but
Yeah, that's the thing I stupidly forgot to take a screenshot of, is that there's a flag in this game. It's like a card that is
it's a
it's a
physical
flag.
card.
It's
It probably dictates what you are allowed to play.
it might, although it's weird, because it's like
Maybe they're
they
like
have
field.
because they have races and clans effectively. It's like you think that would determine what you're allowed to play.
I don't know.
And if it doesn't, then it makes you wonder, why do they even have those?
They don't have any text on them other than what they are called.
Yeah, they're just a flag. It's like, so obviously that's going to be a rule in the book that for what they do, is because, which means say all flags work the same.
Yeah.
What that flag does, I'm honestly aiming towards the flag having to relate to the charge thing. That was always, it's like otherwise, what is it doing?
Hold things, or it might be that weird theory. No, it can't even be that weird capture the flag idea because there's a life counter.
Yeah, it's a life counter, so now the capture the flag might not be a thing. It's hard to
And
say.
we don't know
I'm Morikawa.
if you write that down or if that's in the form of cards again or what.
I'm not even sure.
It counts down instead of up.
Because what it showed us, what counts down instead of up?
The damage.
Really? Because when Blue Hair here hits Kamui, his counter goes from 3 to
Went
2.
from like 10 to, yeah,
So it counts down.
down instead of up.
Oh, you're saying count up. So I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, point is it goes down instead of up. It's hard to say if it's actually cards or not, because they didn't show us that. They showed us a health meter.
Street Fighter, guys.
Stop being so coy, Bushiroad. Just tell us what it does. It's not like we can do anything about it anyway until the game comes out. You may as well at least give us that much. It's just so much stuff that I don't know what's going on yet.
If there is indeed no limit to what you can play, like they claim, then
It means no
what
grand
is
lock
the-
in this
what-
country.
What is the incentive to not just drop everything? You know, it's what I'm.
What do you mean? It looks like, cause it looks like you only got 3 spots to play anything or cast anything. It's like you can't drop your whole hand.
You can do pretty close to it.
You're not explaining how.
3 dudes, and then whatever you feel like equipping, and
Maybe
Well,
there
if
will
you
be
can-
trap cards where they can destroy stuff like in Yu-Gi-Oh! So you don't want to play everything just in case.
Well, we saw counter things exist. When the guy was about to do his attack, throw down a shield, attack stopped. So it's probably a fear of heavy storm mentality. It's also a matter of you only get 6 cards you can ever play down. It looks like you can only, from what I understand, you can only play 1 equipped to yourself at a time. So it's like you get 1 weapon to yourself. So it
and we
takes.
still don't know how threatening like monsters actually are to you.
It
If
looks
they
like
can
you
move or not. If
move where? It's like
they can target each other. There are a lot of
yeah, there's still unknown things. It seems though the main idea is, well, Black Kaijudo, there's another card game, it's kind of like, get through their defenses and rip into their shield.
Yeah.
Or life counters, or whatever it is this time around. It's just, it just, the only question becomes, if it is just play for free, what does the number in the top left corner do?
Besides the charging theory.
Yeah, charging theory is the only thing I got, because it never seems to get higher than 3, which means you'd be set up to do it
I
early.
think there was a 4 in that whole screenshot of a bunch of things at the end.
I'm looking at all 5 cards.
No, not those. There was a, like, cluster of them, not like an organized group towards the end. I took a couple shots from it myself.
At the very end, let's see here. Is it 2-1 spell 1-1? Let's see here. Nothing. No, it's just 1s and 2s.
Anyway, there are more card types than we were expecting.
Yes, this is also true.
There are evidently specific finishers too that aren't items or monsters.
Yep. The sword from the first trailer is one of them, it seems.
Those seem to be printed landscape instead of portrait,
Let's see here.
like climaxes in Fleshfarts. Maybe you have to have one to win, I don't know.
I feel like there has to be a reason for this number and why certain ones are so much weaker than others. It's gotta be, it has either it's a play cost or it's an attack cost. I want to figure. It's like, cause the ones have significantly less power.
Yeah, although from what I can gather, the little guys don't have like any abilities one way or the other, so they're basically free drops.
Yeah, which is another thing. It might be that the smaller ones don't have any restraints on them.
They don't have any staying power either, so...
But the bigger ones might have some kind of maintenance, like a Brutal Jack sort of thing.
Point is, they gave us all of
Because
nothing.
I know that Gatling Dragon thing had a card. It said a card cost on it or something like that.
I was trying to read Drum Bunker earlier, and the item by it, they both seem to say there's a cost of 1 something.
It's yeah, and the Gatling Dragon says something about that too, with 3 something. It's not sure what it
Drum
is.
Bunker has an ability called Soul Guard, but I don't know the specifics of it, obviously, because I can't read that.
It's true.
And we don't know the rest of the rules, so it kind of wouldn't make sense even if we could decipher it.
It's true. So they give a lot of stuff, but not enough. And, well, October's still a ways away, because I'm pretty sure I heard something along the lines of knowing rules then.
Yeah, because when we were at regionals, actually,
We told this story already.
oh yeah, we did?
Yeah.
Alright.
How did you know?
Yeah, she gave us the look. It's like, how did you know that?
Internet?
It's like, well, yeah, this is how. It's like, we're not going to sit by and, wait. It's like, we need to know now.
Not to mention...
Jeez, this Gatling Dragon has high everything. Looks like an 8,000, 8,000.
I think it is.
He's a monster compared to the, if I may move. Or, what are you reading? You okay? I guess so.
Armor Knight, Black Drake, or something.
Alright, that's his name, Arnite Black Drake. But compare his power to freaking this thing, it's like, he is huge. Those 3s, man.
What did his
It's
ability box say again?
His ability box said, God, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Okay, we're so
Who knows?
unprofessional, guys. There he is. Like, something about, I'm not really sure what this
Gauge
one
of
is.
3
Yeah,
and
gauge 3.
But it
So,
still came out right
so
away,
card
so
co-
that confuses me.
Yeah, it's just the trailer might be Yu-Gi-Oh-ing us. They're not actually playing by the rules that they have. Just make it look like they're playing by the rules.
Or they're just skipping turns.
Well, they did montage a few turns where they're just playing cards down for no reason.
What's going on?
Well, the point is, there is a lot of hype train going on here. We will not know more until sometime in October, but the fact that we have this much is pretty cool. 'Cause it's something we weren't expecting to even see.
Really surprised.
Also interesting, the cards are white.
Yeah, their backs are white like the. What was it in the card? It was in the it was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Not when the kid was using it though. When Blue Hair was using it, the cards were black.
In the ads, they're black. I don't know.
But they're
Yeah,
white
that
in the
is.
beginning of the one trailer. But they're officially white. They're officially white. It's incredible. Well, it seems we've been talking about this for 16 minutes. It's, as much hype as there is, it's like, what can we really say about it?
We've said all we can tell.
So all I will say for transition is MODOK is what Coeladen is. It's a head with arms and legs. It's MODOK. Anyway,
So I guess we're switching to Pokemon
it's his time.
news.
Now, Poke Beach. It's had a bunch of things come out.
Oh man, I don't,
It was so
I don't
much
even.
stuff. What do we, let's start with there's, I don't know what to call it. It's like rumors, but they usually are right about this stuff, so it's...
All the other things have been right, so how can I?
So I can't assume they're wrong about this. They're right so far.
Highly probable leaks.
Let's go with that.
So we've got a grass rock boar, supposedly.
Ghost Spider.
I want it. I want to go spider. I want it so bad.
Put it on a team with Galvantula and Ariados.
Spider.
39 and a half.
9.5 spiders.
Something like that.
Let's see, what else? Ooh.
Chansey, Clefairy, and Togepi have all
Are,
been
are, they are supposedly going to be fairies.
Dunsparce.
And Dunsparce.
Whether they're pure fairies or fairy normals or whatever is, well,
Up for the future to decide, or up to the next 16, not any 16 days anymore. It's like 15 days.
Slayer of Dragons.
Yeah, never gonna figure out why dragons.
Lissy relevant forever.
Yeah, because now it actually has an advantage against something.
Yeah. Oh god.
And it trades its crappy weakness for fair ones.
Yeah, it's got. Yeah, it was its weakness to fighting.
It gains some resistances, so,
And then
good.
there was another thing. It was supposed Froakie Final Evolution.
He's so pretty.
They described
It described it, and not very long after, like almost at the same time, it showed up because I was told that this picture existed around the same time those rumors are posted up. We got this image.
He's so beautiful.
Does that have the fox too?
I have the fox on here too, but
The
it's
fox looks fake as all
yeah, the
hell.
fox looks fake as hell. We'll get to that one in a minute, but it's like this is
Which-
it matches the description, and it came out really close to when the rumors came up. So it's either Pokebeach, or someone on Pokebeach designed it as they got the rumor, and this is what they came up with, which means they're really fast and really good at this. Or B, it's just a leak of the actual final form, and and we got thrown off track because of the next thing we saw, which was this, which yeah, which really does look fake as all
Fire
hell.
doesn't look like that, guys. Not even fantasy fire. Stop it. What happened to your broom?
Became my dress apparently, but yeah, it's like this one looks like it could be real, and it matches the description almost to a T. It's like everything about it is exactly as they said. This one, we don't only did we not have a rumor for it yet. Look at it. It doesn't look very much different from Braixen or Braxian.
Why did
Whatever
his
it
face
is.
turn white?
Who cares?
Good point.
It's more of the thing like, it's the same thing, except for its broom became like a coat, and it carries a stick in its hand. Its hair became longer and has purple at the tips, and it's basically the same
Yeah.
thing, but very
Very
subtle
boring.
differences. It's that usually doesn't happen when a Pokemon evolves. It certainly doesn't happen when a starter evolves.
Yeah. Weren't there other things on that list of stuff?
There was other things on that list of stuff, my friend. Let's see here. We'll get to that guy in a second. Let's see. We got a ground type Badger. His new slash and a new biting move.
Oh my god, my face when you can actually make a team out of the Badger song.
Badger mushroom.
A moon kiss.
And a snake.
Whatever snake you want.
Oh, it's a snake. Let's see, but
So I that has to become a reality.
3 badgers, mushroom, and a snake. Oh, 2 mushrooms and a snake. My mistake.
Mushroom.
Yes, mushroom. Bunnelby evolves into a ground dark rabbit.
Which is a very large leap.
It's not. It
Wasn't
goes.
it normal
Yeah, it was.
already?
No, it was just normal.
Wouldn't be the first time something lost a type. Looking at you, Scorpion.
Yeah.
It went from bug to poison dark.
So it's not new. This sort of stuff happens sometimes with Pokemon. It's
A lot
like
of dark Pokemon in this.
goes from
Well, there have to be because it's a mechanic now.
it is. Someone's gotta do something about those fairies some point in time. Anyway, Helioptile has an evolution. It's
And we have Flame Wheel, but electric. Okay. I guess.
reconfirmation that Meowstick has a Prevo called Esper.
I forget what Meowstick was.
It's the 2 cats.
Oh, two
The
cats.
baby cat has no gender difference.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd keep that going. Gender differences on the surface. In reality, only the final forms will have the differences. Just like Gen 5.
Yep.
Anyway, Fairy Dust. A new move that will randomly cause paralysis, poison, sleep, or burn. It's like
Look at
weird
that
tri-attack.
random bag of fuck you.
Hey. Be thankful Freeze is not on the list.
It's, oh god. It's like, dude. Team Flare is fabulous. Got it. It's really all you have to say about them. It's-
Game starts with a broadcast by them.
I mean, yeah.
Predictable, kind of.
And
Apparently the opening cinematics are amazing.
and in 3D, and it's worth noting because I think we mentioned that before.
Only the battles are 3D in this game.
Yeah, so it's like, because basically people gave up on the 3DS. No, that's not a reason to get a 2DS. 2DS is crappy, and we could have a whole other video on that alone, and we might. Not that everyone else already has it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. That I think it takes care of
Wraps up the rumor mill.
which time to go up for the new Pokemon. Yeah, 2 days ago, Pokemon Company said be ready on the 25th or whatever for a new Pokemon.
I didn't even catch that. This just sort of happened to me, and I'm like, why is this a thing?
So yeah, that's so we waited. It happened, and it was you.
Yeah, we all kind of thought Honedge was done.
Yeah, we thought Honedge was the final form, or at the very least the only form. Apparently, it decided to go the route of Magnemite and Gear/Clink. I need more on
It seems
me.
to be a pattern amongst steels
types.
these days. It happened with Beldum too.
But,
It wasn't as noticeable visually, but it was described as such.
but at least with Beldum, it was like wheezing.
Yeah.
It was a one thing that became 2 things with a big body to hold it together. It
This
was-
guy just said, huh, let's become pink.
This one was like, 1 sword's not enough. I need to be 2 swords.
His next form, 3 swords and they're green.
I demand the final form, if there is one, to be a knight with 2 swords on his back, just a shell, armor. It's like, because if it's not,
It needs to be Golurk wielding the 2 pink swords.
because it's not, this is like this is the first disappointing thing of Gen 6 I've seen so far. It's like I could let the fairies get away with crap because they're fairies. What
They're
do you
cute
think?
and adorable, and
Yeah.
they're getting people like my sister to play the game.
It's like, yeah, they're basically the bubblegummy crap that Pokemon surprisingly doesn't have a whole lot of. Except for their babies.
I will give it this. Now that it has 2 eyes, it's a lot more creepy.
It's a lot more creepy because they actually gave...
ghost-like.
It's a lot more creepy because it gave more details to the eyes. It's like, I don't know if you remember the first one, it was just a circle with a pupil.
Yeah, it was
This one
kind of
actually has
rounded.
shading on the eyes. It has a glare. It looks like an eyeball.
It's kind of creepy.
That's the part
It's
that's
staring
creepy.
at you, and it's smiling too.
Yeah, that's the part that's creepy. It's like if you just took this part off of it, it still looks creepy because of the eye being shaded the way it is.
This is a ghost. But
It's just, the form is, they could have just made it a different kind of sword.
I actually was.
Or a sword and shield.
I was actually at my college in my animation class, and I brought up a picture, and a guy walked over and he went, "What? Why didn't they just make it a more awesome-looking sword?"
I know. It would have just been easy. It's just make it a large sword with spikes or bones kind of done. It's like, or just keep it like it was. It didn't need to evolve. It didn't look like it needed to evolve. It's just confirmation that you can't assume that these things are done until we confirm they're done.
Pyroar, there's hope for you yet.
Yep, Pyroar, watch out. You might get wings and a scorpion tail.
If only, if only.
Hey, you don't know.
Yeah.
Game's not out yet. It's got another few days. By which I mean a week and a half. Yeah, just think it's a thinker. It's only a week and a half away.
And yet we still don't know if Chespin will be redeemed.
Well, I hate to break it to you.
We're not gonna know until release.
Well, it's that, and what can it become? It's like, remember when we were hoping for Pig Knight
This is
to
what I'm
be
hoping.
better?
It becomes, it's no longer bipedal. It gets down and it just becomes a big armadillo thing that's like huge and tanky
Yeah.
and fat.
What's line did that and it didn't get well received. It's probably not going to happen again. Because A, that's a step back in evolution. Going from quadrupedal to bipedal to all fours. In this case, it's bipedal, quadrupedal. It's like, dude, we want things to stand up because they seem more menacing when they can stand.
It needs to have a spear. It's a paladin after all.
It's true, it is. I think
I
that
had
takes
so
care
much
of
hope
the
for you,
mill.
Chespin. So much hope.
Let's see here. And outside of that, Pokemon The Origin has an air date, apparently. In fact, it's not even that far away. In fact, it's next Wednesday.
Yes. And then they take forever to steal and sub it.
I will be pissed. Because we've been waiting for this kind of anime for how long?
Forever? Over 10 years.
Yeah. So, they better get it up. This better do so well that they start making it the series. It probably won't happen because kids are stupid.
We need the show to rape Ash in his mouth.
And I think that does it for the, oh god, freaking electric fairy mouse is big. It's at least as big as Pikachu, if not bigger.
I want to squeeze it. That might be one I want to get a plushie of, just because it looks so fat and cute.
Anyway,
It's new and improved Pikachu.
these episodes are due to air October 24th, huh?
Oh.
What?
Mega Garchomp, please kill him.
My hands!
I guess it takes care of the Pokemon mill. Which brings up one last place to go to.
Well, it's not a lie.
That guy.
The Booster 14 poster came along.
Yep.
Guess
oops.
who's back?
Yep, sorry Garmo, you had a nice run, but now it's time for Ezel to come back.
I just remember we were one time having a conversation and we were talking about how Garmore was the new guy in front. And we were saying like he must be like, oh man, I'm finally on top. It took me forever to get here. And then you said, I forget who
I
said
think we
it.
both said it because we
Yeah.
both knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, that Ezel's just gonna come. Okay, guys, I'm back from vacation. Garmore, you can go back to the loser table. But
It's
I
just-
worked so hard. Yeah, shoot.
Alright, that's enough. Anyway,
It's just the cycle of IG boss cards that had to be obeyed.
Garmor is never official. He's always almost official, but then his
They
usefulness
skipped
goes
Soul
away.
Saver though, and that is peculiar.
He was. Soul Saver wasn't in season 2 either.
And
She's on vacation.
She's not coming back. She's probably a royal paladin. It's like their deity. I don't think he would go gold paladin.
something admires Ezel something. Plot.
Well, when they start making a show based on Cray, then I'll start caring.
Oh, there's a show based on Gray.
There's a manga based on Cray.
But yeah,
Neo
this
Nectar's
new
come back.
Ezel, man, it looks.
Just dropping that one right now.
He's looking pretty decent. Mainly because someone who's not Ito drew it.
Get in the shot. There he is. It's very platinum blonde now.
And if you can't see it, he's literally destroying one of those black rings. He's not taking Link Joker's crap.
Also, he has
It's
nipple
true.
pasties.
So long story short, I think we're going to see our first unit with unlocking.
Or at the very least, something that definitely plays around it to an extent.
It's true.
And then we've got Cancel Out Zenith over there. Because we needed to cross break him.
It seems Link Joker's run is going to go down if everyone starts getting these unlocking units. It's
There's
like,
a Tony Taka card in this set for Genesis. Pretty well known artist. I think it looks pretty good. But we don't have the immediate image right now.
eating during the video.
I totally wasn't eating cake.
But yeah, this set is basically Card Fight Club getting buffed. Plus Neo Nectar.
Neo Nectar!
For
It's true.
no apparent reason.
Well, I know the
Because
good
it's
reason.
amazing.
It hasn't shown up in forever.
I know. It's just kind of random when placed alongside those.
Unless it's playing a role. Or it's just like Nubatama and they're just kind of there to keep them around.
There's this one theory that if the student council is all zoo, because we've already got Great Nature and Mega Colony in there,
It's true.
and by the way, Mega Colony confirmed for Booster 15.
Come on, reverse locking.
And, yeah, that secretary could full well play Neo Nectar for no apparent reason.
No, it makes sense. If you were an invading force, what would you attack first? Probably the thing that supplies every other nation with food.
It's true, the cards themselves say that Neo Nectar do this.
Because that way no one can eat. All of your forces
They're
are wicked.
basically, Neo Nectars are the most important clan in Cray because no one would eat without them. So I can imagine them being the first target.
So maybe the whole time the first nation that fell was Neonectar.
It's probably why we haven't seen them, and why Mai doesn't use them anymore. Because remember, as of season 2, Cray affects our world instead of the other way around.
Bermuda don't exist. Even though they clearly do. It's weird.
No, they're on concert tour. They only appear once a year.
Emmy plays them all the freaking time.
They never
It's
get
Neonectar that
involved
almost
in
never do
anything.
anything. Neonectar were in one actual fight, and it wasn't an actual fight because it was with characters that didn't matter. Which is funny because again, it's like most important like clan in terms of their world, yet no one significant ever uses them. It's
Probably, that might also have to do with the whole entire food theory. You're not going to attack your food source, so none of the other clans probably want to touch them.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to say.
So they probably
But my
don't get
point
in
is,
fights a lot.
yeah, Zoo makes sense. Because they basically control everything. The knowledge, the black market, and then the regular market.
And then we can have Extra Booster 10, which is totally student council themed.
The back to
Those
school
freaking
edition
guys.
of Vanguard.
I wonder how you can tell. Wait, what's the purple haired guy's name again?
Suave?
I wonder how you're gonna tell he's reversed without him having his symbols out. Because his eyes are never open. You can't tell by his glazed over pupils.
He's going to be slightly more ham than usual. Or deadpan. Either one. Like, I don't know.
These guys are terrible. It's like.
The
Sonic.
only reason they're picking up cards right now is so they can be reversed. I swear to God.
And then watch the twist. They never actually play a game on screen with anybody. They finally think they're good enough to play, and it's like this whole thing just happened.
And then it was all blown over. And they had no reason to do anything anymore. Student council, you're Team Rocket.
No, they're not Team Rocket. Team Rocket actually is a threat sometimes.
Team Rocket is likable.
Well, is that too? It's like even Team Rocket actually steals a Pokemon now and again. They lose it, and they get blown up, but they do something. The characters know they're bad guys and know that they're actually posing a threat if they don't do anything.
Smithers, what is this break time?
It's basically that, because I think because I remember the Carver Club knows that they're a threat, but they don't do anything about it, and they still don't get anything done. In fact, by ignoring them, they beat the council even more. It's like
They're like the Kyo.
no, they're not. Kyo doesn't sabotage
Kyo
himself.
accomplished
He
something.
accomplishes things. He fought an army of people by himself with
Okay.
Gunfight Vanguard.
Oh, then they're taking Kyo's spot and everyone ignores because now Kyo's actually doing things.
See, he only ignored him in Minivan, and by them I mean his asshole team. It's like everyone else knows he exists. It's just this is a new level of unimportant villain. Like they literally sabotage themselves. They set up this trip to try to defame the Card Fight Club. It caused them to get more popular.
And they haven't learned as much about the game as they think they did.
It's like, dude, you have to be a special kind of bad antagonist. If doing everything you do only makes your other guy look better without them even knowing you're doing it. It's like they set up this strip to make it look to show how unworldly knowledgeable Card Fight Club is because they play cards, and then it turns out
They can read English, they finish
because
first.
yeah, they can read English because they went to Singapore. Singapore, to my knowledge, is very majoritively English. It's basically Japan English, which is cool in itself. But the point is, they went there, they talked with people there, they must know English, so they win. They got there first. And then they tried to have this big. I don't even know what it was.
Campfire cookout thing. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it was, that was whatever. And then then the head councilman wanted to have his little
give a speech, but no one was there because card games on TV. Like, why would you even have that TV there?
So long story short.
That defeats the entire purpose of this trip.
Not to mention that because they did everything, they're now playing the thing that they tried to defeat.
And in fact, now they are playing the game and trying to learn how it works. They are losing.
I never thought we'd have to stoop this low.
They are losing without their opponent even doing anything.
Team Rocket needs to give these guys tutoring lessons.
And they just lurk.
Yeah. Wow, we spent like 10, 15 minutes just talking about how bad the student council is.
It needed to be said.
It was that one bit
That
just
one bit
cracked
was
me
just
up
so
so much. What is break time?
What is break time?
Well,
I don't know, sir.
but apparently whoever does it first has an advantage.
Oh god, these people.
Just watch. In order to learn how to play the game better to beat them, they're going to join the a card fight club so that they can learn it.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people just join by the time they get back. But before we do that, we should probably talk about the story arc because we never got to that.
Man, let's talk about story arc. Why not?
I guess so.
Because we didn't really talk much about Kote's thing or this
Should
thing.
we do that in a new video?
I think we should because we are running long. We dumped all of our infos. Is there still nothing to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! In case you're wondering.
Yeah. A bunch of cool promos though happened.
Oh yeah, we should probably talk about the Vanguard promos.
And they're all
If
unique.
you ever see this card, by the way, remember, tell me where it's from. Anyway, continue.
We had a new Dimensional Robo, Counterblast 1, move it in, your Dimensional Robo Vanguard gains 4, and if it hits the Vanguard that turn, retire something, which is all sorts of holy crap. That replaces basically 2 different guys, both Kaizard and Die Driller, in terms of overall potency.
You got a new Razor.
And it is disappointing. What did it even do? Right, it was a freaking blank marsh, but for risers, which is stupid because risers are weak. I mean, it goes to Soul, so it can fix your perfect riser, but they still need some more stuff to really make that kick.
They need their shovelware cards in riser form. Drop draws, etc. It's like something to give them some meat, because it's like all their actual things are tiny.
Then there was a new and improved. What?
Kitty.
Kitty.
Right. There was a Luckbird clone for Great Nature. Taping cat. Whatever. I mean, it's obviously good. They don't use the soul otherwise. So.
That's true.
And that's basically become a staple in every deck ever. The weird Narukami card that is exclusively for Indra and Vayu right now. I copied my Vanguard's name. Woo!
Well, I tell you what, if they get a grade 1 version,
Oh man.
Suck on my 4 crit every single turn.
I mean, I was imagine it would be you can only use this skill, the skill of this card, once per turn.
Maybe like when it's placed.
No, I mean like you can only use the skill of insert name here once per turn. That way, even if you throw down a bunch, you can only use one of their effects.
At any rate, that deck just got a tad less casual. uh,
Pansy!
right, new and improved Devil Summoner clone.
Yeah.
It
it's
just calls a
archetype one.
Musketeer off the top instead of looking for grades. So it makes that deck a lot faster and gives it something to do. Bring out a thing, kill her, because she's 7. You don't want her around.
Now they just need a Musketeer Perfect Guard, and they are complete.
Let's get your perfect guard and hopefully
And
another grade 3.
2 more triggers.
Yeah, 2 more triggers, another grade 3 that does something. I don't even know
No,
what.
you
to
don't
say.
need
those are
another grade
guaranteed.
It's like,
Like, don't worry about grade 3s. Those are always the focus.
yeah, what you need is the other stuff.
Yeah,
The stuff that you might not get.
I need
And
to know when Mirka and Pansy are coming out. Why are all my things promos?
Well, is there any other promos?
Yeah, a Jewel Knight that really is the most inventive thing that I have ever seen. So they knew nobody was going to use Ashley unless they incentivized her somehow. And this thing does it. Because after it attacks the Vanguard, its limit break lets you counterblast 2 to call a number of Jewel Knights from your deck equal to this unit's critical.
It's true.
Like, so when you break ride, that's automatically you're getting 2 dudes. If you decide to just YOLO the critical triggers on the Vanguard, you get more dudes. And it's just really interesting. And she doesn't require a specific field like Salome does. And worst case scenario, she's actually just better Salome. So you can play Marins now to hit 21k in the middle, and it's just really interesting.
Now we wait for the day that they start nutting up and making 8K grade 1s. Other ones.
Yeah,
It's
they
easy.
still seem kind
If
of
they're,
spooked.
if they're really spooked by it, it's an easy way to fix it. If you control A, insert subclan here, this unit can boost. Or it loses its restraint. Like it has restraint for boosting. But it loses that if you have this Vanguard. Bless you. It's like, I think that's the easiest way to
Apparently
do
you're
it.
allowed to have all the 10Ks you want. So I don't quite understand this.
I don't even know. It's like, especially since it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, the amount of 21k lines you make doesn't change too much. It increases the amount of 20k lanes you can make, but it's like, if you're Vanguard, well, no, and you'll probably let the rear guards die even if they weren't 20.
I think that's just about it in terms of what we know right now. We might hear more next week.
So, yeah, so many big info dumps.
Trial deck fast approaching and all that.
And this next couple weeks is gonna be big ones.
Oh yeah, they're cross-breaking. The trial deck cover card. They confirmed that before we even know what she does. Like, what's going on? Bushiroad, slow down. Keep it in your
Well,
pants.
I guess this is enough for this big info dump. Be prepared to see other ones, because between a new writer series is coming out that we may or may not talk about, especially considering who is directing and writing it, it's kind of worth talking about, especially.
So since that is what we've seen of him, he's pretty awesome so far.
Directed by the guy who written by the guy who made Madoka, directed by the guy who made what Madoka was ripped off of. It's going to be an interesting one.
They're
Everyone
teaming up.
dies. The show.
Yep. Well, we'll get to that. The trial deck got Pokemon in a week and a half. It's yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stuff up until that point, and then we're gonna be dead for like a few weeks, I think.
I'll be too busy playing Pokemon.
And then we'll say what we've done, or we'll try to do both at the same time.
I mean, we might report on what we find in Pokemon that's
It's
interesting.
about it for this big info dump. Stay in
tuned
school. Don't do drugs.
stay tuned for where we talk about the arc, or,
Don't you say more words, woman.
okay.
Bye.